So it looks like Matt Walsh and I don't know the guy's name, Al Jor or whatever. Al Jor. I'm butchering that name. It looks like they're having a back and forth as far as slavery goes. And what Matt Walsh brought up was that every race has been enslaved, and honestly that's true. But it looks like the pushback is right off the bat. It looks like the pushback is that was a different kind of slavery that other races have gone through. And while that can be true on a level, like I think there was like indentured servitude and stuff like that, where you worked off of debt and things like that. Now, the thing I'm going to say here is that when it all comes down to it, now the first thing I'm going to say is this. I'm a very simple person, so let me just go ahead and boil it down to the nitty-gritty here, so to speak. Why is there I've said this before, why is there no disdain and absolute people being just as upset with white people? Let's just say this was the worst slavery possible. Let's just say that what black people went through was the absolute worst slavery possible. Okay. Why is there no equal disdain for the black people that sold other black people into slavery? Because you should be just as upset at those black people as the white people or the Spaniards that started it. You should be just as upset, right? I would say that I would be, just because they would have never been able to do the things that they've done if you didn't set it in motion in the first place. But there's no absolute being upset with those people. It's only these people. That's why to be honest with you, to me, that the outrage looks disingenuous. That's why the outrage looks disingenuous to me. Because the thing is that you're not holding black people that sold other black people into slavery to the same standards as you did the whites or the Spaniards that started that engaged in the slave trade in the first place. So I can't sit back and really even take you seriously when you won't take those people to task for what was done. Also, you won't take it to task what's done. I think it's in Libya right now, where you have black people enslaving other black people right now. If slavery was so horrible and black enslavement was so terrible, you really would want to call it out now, because that's exactly what's happening right now. But you don't care because it's more politically expedient, or there's more to gain politically from pointing at the particular slavery that will get you a little bit ahead, or that you could benefit the most from. You want to call that back. But then the other thing I want to really talk about is that what is expected now. And I really hate to even make that argument, because it seems that people really do get their emotions in it. But the thing is that what is expected now? What can we do? What are we supposed to take from people now? The people that didn't even do it. What are we supposed to do with them? I mean, for against them for something that happened in the past. I don't understand. So, but the thing is that, number one, just for me, is that you should be just as upset at the black people that sold other black people into slavery. You should be just as upset about that. But nobody's upset about that. Nobody's upset about the fact that black people set it all in motion in selling and even let it. It wasn't like these people went over there and just started plucking people off the continent. Nope, they didn't do that. They were given these people. As bad as that was, as bad as that is, they were given these people by the people you refuse to be upset about. Honestly, I know this is it's not a tired argument for me, but I know it's a tired argument for a lot of black people. But this basically is the same as black on black crime. You just sit back and just totally skate right over that. and say, hey, we got to look at that when a white person does something to a black person. When black people do the stuff to other black people, it's almost like it's expected. It's almost like it's totally expected. What happened in every single case when it came to slaves being taken, black people sold black people out. Black people are killing black people in record numbers. Yes, white people kill white people, but black people are doing it to black people and white people more than any, statistically, more than any race is doing it. But we don't want to call that out because there's nothing to be gained from that. There's nothing to be gained from talking about the fact that black people sold other black people into slavery. There's nothing to be gained from black people committing crimes against other black people. There's nothing to be gained there. So we'll just sit back and just act like that's, I guess I've said it's the ultimate form of, or not the ultimate form, but one of the biggest forms of also racism or whatever it is, by just saying, hey, we expect this behavior of black people, so we won't even highlight it. We expect that of them. We expect them to kill each other and rob and beat each other and call each other the N-word. We expect that. And when people will say that the N-word is a term of endearment, while that's the exact same word that's being delivered while a black person is shooting and killing another black person or committing harm against another black person. That's a term of endearment. It's almost like it's expected behavior when it comes to calling out black people when black people do something against other black people. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and see you.